Welcome collective, star seeds, light workers, all my fam here to the Ora-gen channel. My name is Ora-gen and I am an energy reader, and I would like to welcome you again to this amazing space where we talk about things that are coming up in the energy of the collective. Now, I do want to mention before beginning this read, as always, this is a timeless and general collective read. So some of the things that are being mentioned in the read might resonate for you. Other things might not, but that is okay. Take what applies and let the rest fly, guys. Okay, so let's get into the read for today. I just wanted to pick some general energy and see get a feel for what's happening energetically around collective, throughout collective, near collective, and then just kind of go into the reading from there. So once again, I am still away from home, so this will be a shorter reading. I know when I say shorter reading, it's probably about an average length reading. Oh, my cards are flying away because my readings tend to be a little bit longer, but once I start getting into the energy really good, I just want to really focus on it. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I got a card. Take flight here. Give me 2 shapes. Okay. So a little tricky today because it is a little bit windy, but the weather's still very beautiful, and I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that you are here with me this morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Thank you for being here in this space with me and helping to share your energy by being here, so that way we can get these messages out to those who need them. So let's go on ahead without further ado. I've already utilized some Palo Santo and done a little pre-shuffling and energy clearing on the decks. But we're going to start with some opening energy. And I thought we could find some information here from Gary Zukov's Heart of the Soul. Amazing book. It's actually Gary Zukov and Linda Francis. So this is speaking about emotional awareness, which is something that's been coming up a lot recently in the reads. How to pick up and understand when there are emotions that we individually need to work through and process versus things that are being sent our direction. So basically having a good awareness of self and how to identify when there are areas that you need to heal. So I wanted to just pick some information from this book, and I just fanned through the book and just let it stop naturally where it stopped. And it's so interesting, the page that I ended up on, and if you have this book, it's actually page 224 in the book under the title of Running Away. Also, while I was sitting here this morning, the wind started blowing and blew like 3 or 4 cards at me. And these are the ones that you see out here on the deck. It just blew these cards. And this was before I even had picked the book up to, kind of define more specific information about the energy today. So everything just flowed so beautifully. Like, Spirit was just giving me this whole line of thought to go on, like it was already pre-planned. So probably there are some of you out there that really needed to hear this message. So going straight into the information here, it says emotional pain also has a cause. Finding and healing the cause of emotional pain is the core of spiritual growth. It is the work each individual in the Earth School was born to do. And I talk about this a lot. People often ask, what is it I'm here to do? Why am I even here? What is the purpose of all of that? And very simply, the purpose is to grow, to experience, to learn. That is what we are here to do. and to connect with others and ourselves, of course. Continuing on the page, it says that the causes of emotional pain are parts of the personality that are not aligned with the soul. These are parts that are in opposition to the intentions of the soul. Harmony, cooperation, sharing, and reverence for life. They have their own agendas, values, perceptions, and methods. All of them produce painful consequences and painful emotions. Every painful emotion points the way to a part of the personality that does not share the elevated perceptions of the soul. So we may have aspects of ourselves that are very egocentric or ego-based. And this is not to slam the ego. We do need our ego to operate here in the Earth School. But we need to make sure, as they say, we're keeping it in check. It should not be the predominant force in our exploration here. It's an aspect of self. Just like we get into a car and we drive the car up the street, we don't say that the car is us. The car is something that we utilize, or a tool that helps us to get to our destination. And so it is with these aspects of personality. They are here to help us with our exploration, but they are not like the full completeness of who we are. So it says every experience of sorrow, despair, vengeance, or vengefulness, jealousy, resentment, anger, and fear is a signpost pointing toward a part of the personality that languishes in lack of trust. Finding and healing those parts of the personality creates an integrated, wholesome, joyful, aware, and responsible personality. That is the experience of authentic power. So we talked about in another read that we have like individuals out here in these energetic streets, as it were, and they're tapping into this archetypal energy in a way that's very toxic, very harmful to humanity, very poisonous to, the well-being of others, or just completely neglectful of the well-being of others. And unfortunately, we have a lot of this energy going on with the people or individuals or beings that are running systemic processes at this time. And there is a great shift happening energetically. So people are more aware of what has been happening and what is currently happening. There's so much information now, like on social media, documentaries, just information, maybe verbally moving around through friends and family and whatnot. So because of that, more people are aware that, something is not quite right, or something is completely off with the behaviors of people who are in a position of power, and that there needs to be a shift, and that a shift is occurring due to people becoming more enlightened and awakened about what is happening, what is occurring. So this, this passage from this book here, talking about tapping into aspects of self that are, ego-based or not in alignment, creates this energy where we're negatively affecting others, or we're trying to control others in a way that is not natural, does not allow others to tap into their agency and their right to choose. It inhibits, or limits those processes that would naturally occur if a being was unhindered from doing that. I'm not even sure if that's a real word, unhindered, but you get what I'm trying to say. Somebody trying to inhibit your freedom of choice, your free will, your agency. And so the book is basically saying that this can happen, or we can become unaligned with what we're here to do, simply because we are not tapping in and tuning into like our soul's purpose, what it is that is right or well for us, what feels good and connective, what is positive, what is in alignment with our contracts that we came here with. going back to the paragraph, it says, each diversion of attention away from a painful emotion halts a process that longs to be completed. Each painful emotion is a doorway leading to a destination you were born to attain. Once again, when we talk about destiny swapping or trying to utilize others' energy to accomplish things that you want to accomplish, this is a non-reality. Once again, the only thing you can do at it is play at it, pretend, try to become like the person. But truly, your life contracts, your soul contracts, and they're called that because they're connected to your specific soul, cannot be obtained by someone else. They don't have the lifetimes of experience that you possess. So we're being encouraged here to really focus on that process of releasing painful emotion and allowing ourselves to move through it so we can truly tap in to our soul contracts and what we're here to do. When you mask, obscure, or anesthetize an emotion, you turn your back on the doorway. The promise it holds for you goes unrealized, and the sources of your emotional torment remain undetected, unchallenged, and unchanged. Beneath alcoholism and drug addiction lie layers upon layers of emotional pain. Alcoholism and drug addiction are the outermost layers. They cover emotional pain, which covers more intense emotional pain. The permanent healing of an addiction is also the permanent healing of a part of the personality that is consumed with shame and fear. Healing an addiction, including addiction to alcohol and drugs, requires an inward journey through your greatest inadequacies. Every moment of emotional pain is a place to start the journey. These potential starting places are gifts from the universe and messages from your soul. They tell you that an inner exploration is necessary and that now is the time to begin it. So once again, this is so amazing because we talked about in another video this whole process of accepting and understanding that challenges, difficulties, struggles are all opportunities to grow, to heal, to become more self-aware, to understand what it is we're here to do. And isn't it true that without those challenges and difficulties, that we would be stagnant because there would be nothing to work through, to process, to obtain. We would just be doing the same thing over and over and over again. So truly, this is a benefit when we can see an opportunity for personal growth in challenges that we face. So this is amazing energy. This is really talking about allowing ourselves to heal and move through painful emotions. This is something that's been coming up very strong. Okay, so what was on the table, what kind of just flew out at me before I even opened the book, was communing with nature, moving through anger and frustration, finding your inner peace and anxiety. So looking at the cards here, it looks like in the energy right now, we're working through some things. Anger and frustration about past situations. Maybe we're still healing from those. Or maybe those people are still in our life and we find it frustrating to deal with them because they have not healed or are not willing to do the work to heal. Maybe we're dealing with anxiety. Maybe it has to do with our job, interactions with others like social anxiety, being in space with others due to past experiences that did not feel connected for us. Maybe we've been in isolation for a time and we're trying to venture back out into the space and we're feeling anxious about it. The read I posted just before this one talks about coming out of isolation to really start doing that work right now in the present, taking those steps that are needed to move us towards our goals. So this is really important energy, that if we are dealing with this, here are some things that we can do. We really need to find our inner peace. And there's a message here about that, because every time inner peace comes up, a lot of times we see energy that has to do with the nature spirits or communing with nature. I don't care if you go outside and hug a tree. That is a legit form of energy work, because the trees are also living beings and they are super willing to help us transmute energies. We already have an exchange with them. The carbon and oxygen exchange. So there's already that, cyclical nature between us and the trees and the plants, and how we help each other. Get outside and commune with nature. Connect. Get outside for a walk at the end of your workday, if nothing else, or just step out onto your porch and just be in nature. This can be a really powerful way to transmute and work through energies of frustration, anger, hopelessness, feeling lost, feeling, dissociated or detached from our life. If you look up and 10 days have gone by and you don't even know what you did over the 10 days, like time is just flying, you're out of body. It's time to ground out and connect with your life energetically. Communing with nature can be a really powerful tool for that. So that was the energy that came out on the table. I'm just going to leave those there. And we're just going to pull from the Hip Hop Queen stack. And this is kind of more like archetypal energy. So I'm actually going to be just pulling like maybe 1 or 2 cards here. And we're going to just read what the guidebook says about these cards. Y'all, I'm just gonna move my coffee out the way. Wait a minute, let's move that over there so you can see the cards. Because I need this space to shuffle. And if I haven't mentioned it, which I'm pretty sure I have, whatever time of day it is that you are finding this video, I hope that your day, morning, evening, afternoon, is going well. I hope that you're getting a chance to tap in and do some self-care processes on this day to allow yourself to move through any energies that are coming up, right? That could be keeping you stagnant, feeling stuck, detached from your life purpose, what it is you're here to do. I hope that you're working with your gifts, your skills. If you have any new spiritual gifts that have just like popped up, don't be afraid of those. Start working with them. Really tap in and tune in. Okay, guys. I'm just busy shuffling and talking. I hope that made sense. But basically the long and short of it is, if you are feeling stagnant and stuck, I want you to take some time to really center, tap in, tune in, meditate, commune with nature. Really get on a vibration that allows you to be aware of what needs to be released. Sometimes we are so busy just doing everything that we are not able to even tune in or be aware that there's an issue that we need to work through. We're just busy doing things. But I want you to think about how you want to spend your time here in Earth School. You can't spend your whole time just focusing on working a job, caring for day-to-day responsibilities, paying bills, paying taxes, and doing all those things and not focus on yourself at all. You will burn out. Or you'll look up 20 years later and just wonder what it was all for and where the time went. So it's super important to take time right now to tap in and tune in. Let's go on ahead and pull a card here and see what kind of energy we're getting. Spirit, we just need one or two archetypes, whatever you got for us. Let's try it again here. Let's see what we get. Just trying to be careful because it's a little windy. Oh yeah, it's a little windy. Hold on, guys. Just give me a second. Mother Nature is doing her thing. Okay. Thank you, Mama Nature, for that breeze. It felt quite lovely. Let's try it this way and see if something comes out. And if not, we'll just cut the deck, okay? Oh, see? You just wanted me to do it differently. Oh, there goes 3. Wow. Okay, we're just going to hold it right there. Let's put these here. So, what popped out? Oh, interesting. Interesting energy. Okay. So, it looks like instinct, sexuality, and knowledge. These are our 3 general energies or archetypes that popped up. So, we have Lotto, Salt and Pepper, of course, sexuality. If y'all remember the song Push It Good. And Bahamadia, knowledge. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Lotto, instinct, and let's see what that's saying. All right, and I'm going to hold this card up here. As a matter of fact, why don't we just do this? I don't know if she's going to blow away or not. We're going to hope she doesn't. Okay, Lotto instinct. It says guidelines, game plan, and groundwork. Oh my goodness. Was I not just talking about getting active when we want to bring things from the 5D into the 3D? We need to actually take a step. We need to get out of isolation and get moving. This is amazing energy. So Lotto, let me see. Her card says, you may be used to consulting your group of friends or a trusted parent. Oop, oop, oop. Wait a minute, guys. Hold tight. Mother Nature's doing her thing again. Hold on. Okay, Mama Nature. Give us a second. And this, by the way, this just popped up. Fight. That's interesting. Let's try that again. Oh, I'm going to hang on to the skies because it's too windy. It's not working. I apologize. That is just not going to work today. Let's see. Let's see if we can put something there. Okay. So it says, you may be used to consulting your group of friends or a trusted parent, confidant, or romantic partner about the ongoing events of your life. But right now, external input is affecting your course of action. Be like Lotto and follow your own lead when it comes to important decisions regarding your path. While counsel feels helpful, it can sometimes do more harm than good, especially if your advisors are putting their best interests first and not yours. There is no greater voice in your head than your own, and it is okay to own that. Sometimes you can win the lotto without even buying a ticket. Wow. So there's something in the energy here about being overly dependent on other people's viewpoints or thoughts on your life purposes. Your life purpose, excuse me. Your goals. The things that you are here to do, they're your things. They're not other people's things. And so it's just like when we have like a very precious item or object that has sentimental value to us, we're very careful about who we hand that to. We don't just pass that to anybody because it holds a very high value. And so we don't want to see it broken. We don't want to see it lost. We don't want to see it damaged. It's the same with your goals and what you're here to do. Be careful who you pass that information to, because some people, like I mentioned maybe a couple videos ago, have like reflective energy because their own fears, their own lack of willingness to step into their goals, and so they project that on others. These energies are not supportive when you are trying to do something that is out of the box. And let me tell you something, this light worker thing, this light worker business is out of the box. There is nothing ordinary about it. So if you are sharing like unique plans, information with people who are not in that space, you're not going to get the support that you would like or need. Focus on implementing plans and working with your own goals. And as you do that, you are going to start to run into soul groups, soul teams, soul families, collectives that are in the same frequency as what you're doing. And they're going to be able to give you the encouragement and support you need for the next step. And the universe will provide that. You don't have to worry about that. That's coming. So that's the lotto energy. She is like, girl, I am so distressed about these people not supporting. I am falling down. Let's just set her there. I am curious about sexuality. Let's it's a salt and pepper card. Let's take a look at that and see what is going on here. Let's see, sexuality. I think this is alphabetical. Yeah, salt and pepper. Okay. So this one says sexiness, intimacy, romance, sensuality, expression. Okay, this keeps coming up. I am getting an energy that some of you have like some new romance or some new like saucy situations headed your way. That keeps coming up in the deck. So as you are working on these goals and these soul contracts, please remember that because you are in alignment, just like we talked about in the book here, when you are in alignment with your life path and your soul contracts, you're resonating at a higher frequency. You are going to draw more of the things that you desire. A lot of you are desiring a really beautiful relationship that feels like supportive, that feels sexy, that feels fun. That is coming your way. This energy keeps popping up. So just do the work. Don't do the work for that. Do the work for you, and then the good stuff will come. Because a lot of times we want to direct ourselves like, this is the thing I want that so that way I can do this. So it's not the, I need to have this to be this person and to do this thing. It's the, I need to do this thing and be this person, and I will have what I want. It's just a natural course energetically that if we are in alignment with the things that we want, the universal principle is we're going to draw those things. So there's something in that energy there. So it says, so let's talk about sex. Are you feeling fulfilled? Are you craving emotional intimacy more than physical touch? Both desires could be present. The key is to delve into those desires and season them up with some salt and pepper. Nobody enjoys blandness, so spice up your life. This newly awoken sexual energy will course through your everyday life with a current you'll feel in each part of your body. Over time, these sensations will be easier to tap into on command. It'll make you want to shoot for sure. So it could also be that due to some past experiences, there might be some of you who were feeling kind of stagnant energy when it came to intimacy and sexuality, or maybe have been through some abusive or toxic relationships, and that'll definitely affect your sex drive. So by healing through past trauma, getting support, releasing, if you need to reach out for help, start the process, counseling, therapeutic services, life coach, energy workers, Reiki, hypnotherapy, whatever it is, art therapy, doing the work to heal through these things can help you to open up to the potential of a nice new relationship. It's very hard to do that when you're still injured. It's like getting up to go for a walk and your leg is on a splint. We have to do the healing work first, and then when we step into relationship, it's going to feel more connective. Because if we step in with all of the past beliefs, traumas, and everything associated with the previous hurt, we're going to take that energy into the new relationship, into the new space. And that's not going to feel very good. And it also might hinder us from really getting the full enjoyment out of the connection with the new person that is coming. So this is a really interesting card. This is really talking to me, about good things that are coming, but we really need to do that healing work. All right, and the last one, Bahamadia, knowledge. And I just flipped past that page. Let me see. Knowledge. Okay, this one's a great one too. Excellent energy. Wisdom, learning, experience, and insight. And I think this is a great card to wrap on because this really sums up the message of this reading that has to do with like learning from our past experiences, gaining wisdom and insight from them, learning how to heal and release, using these things as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Understanding that we need to go through these experiences in order to grow and to truly step into our path. All right. And there's something you're coming through about, creating diamonds out of, coal, like that pressure and the things that we go through, creating this beautiful gemstone that is, in alignment with what we really want, not just settling for what we get based off of where we're at, but really using the opportunity to grow and having what we want. That image just came into my head really strong. So Bahamadia knowledge, it says it's not the worst idea for you to bone up on some skills that may have gotten a little rusty. Educationally speaking, even if you feel like your experiences have taught you so much, seek out new books to feed you more. Going back to school, taking online classes, or learning a new language, these are all good starts. Bahamadia's card reflects a constant quest for knowledge. Even when you feel lost, you'll have the gift of knowledge and be glad you stayed one step ahead in the game. Just know where the ledge is, right? So this is not a suggestion to go down a rabbit hole. We've all done that, like the latest craziness on social media. We start getting into it. Definitely we want to be knowledgeable about what's happening in our world because we are here. We're operating in this space right now, so we do need to be aware, but we don't have to get lost in it, okay? So knowledge is actually speaking about how to apply new skill sets or learning new skill sets and then applying them. Knowledge is only power if we understand how to apply it. So Bahamadia knowledge is really talking about taking that experience and the things that we've learned and utilizing these things in a course of wisdom, helping us to grow in insight about what it is we're here to do and how to tap into that. And we're going to find so much joy in that process. If there are some things happening around us that just need some time to heal or to shift, we will not be as focused on that. We will actually be more focused on the joy that we're having by engaging with our life. We're going to be so focused on that. We will not have time for any toxic or negative energies, and we will be better prepared to remove those energies or to guard against those energies in the first place. So this is a really good note to end on. So guys, that is the read for today. I think this one actually is a little shorter. So here's our cards, just another little screenshot of our cards here. We have instinct, sexuality, and knowledge. This is the Queens of Hip Hop deck. I'll definitely post the deck in the comments. If you really resonated with this read, please like, share, subscribe. If this read was just interesting, but it didn't really connect for you, that is okay. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can get the energy out to those who need to hear it. And also so that way you are contributing to the community energy for the read. So that way it's more likely that as I'm pulling, things that have to do with energies that you are dealing with or processing are more likely to come up this way. Okay, so it's like a energetic contribution to the space. So with that, guys, I hope that you are having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you so much for being here with me. And probably for the next read, it's possible that I might be back home again in my usual space, but it's been so lovely being here doing the energy reads in this beautiful environment. And I look forward to being with you in the next read. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. This is your girl Ora-gen with the Ora-gen channel. Bye, guys.